Hey everyone. So as some of you know, I've been having problems with my feet lately. The other day at work, I was in so much pain that I actually had to leave, and my supervisor suggested that I go get my feet x-rayed, which I did. I went and got my feet x-rayed. Turns out I have heel spurs, both feet. And the guy at the ER was like, "Oh, you're gonna have to have these ground off. You're gonna have to have surgery." And I'm just like, uh, they made me pretty nervous. So, but his instructions to me were that I could return to my job once I had seen a podiatrist. He said in the meantime he wanted me to stay off my feet and just sort of let my feet rest a little bit before I went back to work. And he also prescribed an anti-inflammatory. It's basically a really powerful one that old folks take when they have really bad arthritis, and it has helped a great deal. So this morning was my podiatrist appointment, and so I went to that, and they also x-rayed my feet, and the podiatrist explained to me that the heel spurs, while they are pretty nasty, they're not actually what's causing the pain. What's causing the pain is muscle ligaments and tissues and soft tissue in the bottom of my foot that's become flattened out and stretched out and stressed because I'm not wearing my arch supports, which I have orthotic arch supports, insoles, but I don't wear them as often as I used to because they're very old and they've gotten worn down. So I just sort of stopped wearing them, thinking I'd be okay. Well, I guess I was wrong. So he told me, no, you need to wear your orthotics. You need to have them in your shoes, or else this is going to persist. He's like, we're not going to grind off the spurs because the spurs don't actually cause pain, is what he explained to me. And of course, he asked me if there was any questions I had, and me, being the very thorough person that I am, and also I'm a big fan of not being in pain too. I mentioned to him about this is going to sound gross, and this is going to be like kind of TMI. So if you're not fond of listening to gross things, or you're kind of squeamish, then just stop watching. Like now. Okay. Anyway, I told him, well, I've got this ingrown toenail on my big toe on my left foot, and it's been really hurting me for several years now. It's been there pretty much my whole adult life. It really hurts. I said, what, can we schedule something so that something can be done about it? And he said, oh, we can do it right now, today. He goes, my next appointment's not till 11 o'clock. And I'm looking at my watch going, okay, it's 9:30. He wants to do surgery, like now, here in the office, between now and 11 o'clock? Like, I thought this was going to take like 2 hours. I said, isn't that cutting it kind of close? He goes, oh no, I can have it done in 20 minutes. Which made me even more terrified, because I'm thinking, this guy's going to perform surgery in 20 minutes. So, anyway, I'm like, alright, this guy, he knows what he's doing. I really want relief from this pain. If he says it's going to take 20 minutes, and and he did look at it and say, you know what, eventually it's going to start getting infected. And so I want to curtail that, and I want relief from the pain. And he said my insurance would cover it. So I'm like, alright, let's do this. Let's get her done. So anyway, he comes back into the room after leaving for a few moments, and he's got like this big fucking syringe. And he's like, okay, I'm going to spray your foot with this cold spray. It was like a can of compressed something. Something cold. Just, he sprayed on my toe. And, of course, I mean, he covered it with iodine first, actually. And then the needle went in. And oh my god, a needle going into your toe is very fucking painful. I mean, I was in a world of hurt. And I was laying there going, like, trying to cope with the pain. His toes are sensitive, if you think about it. I mean, think about like when you stub your toe. When you do that to your finger, does it hurt as bad? Hell no, it doesn't hurt as bad. It hurts that much on your toe because it's your toe. And so, after he got my toe nice and numbed up, oh, my toe puffed up, by the way. It swelled up because of all the numbing agent that he injected into it. And I was watching it, and it looked like a red potato with like this one little dot where blood was starting to barely like make a drop to come out. And I was like, oh my god, what have I agreed to? What's about to happen? What's about to happen? I was terrified. A little bit terrified. But I wanted relief from the pain. So he comes back in, after a few minutes, and he's poking at my toe, and he's sort of checking it out, and I'm like, so how long is this going to take again? He said, we're down, it'll take less than 15 minutes once I get started. I said, well, when's that going to be? He goes, no, we're just going to wait a few more minutes, so I want to make sure you're good and numb. I'm like, well, good. He's not a torture doctor. He's not going to torture me. Good. So, basically, what it amounted to was him taking some kind of tool and basically shoving it up underneath of where my flesh overlaps on top of my toe, to reach like where the root is. And then he took a pair of some kind of cutting tools and then sliced down the edge of my toenail up underneath the flap of skin and clipped it all the way down to the root and removed it. And then he basically swabbed this acid stuff. He kept saying it was acid. This acid stuff down into the open, the gaping hole of my toe. He said basically what it would do was it would kill the root there so that the ingrown toenail could not come back. And I'm like, you know what? I trust this guy. And I can't remember if he had to put any stitches in me or not. I don't think he did. Otherwise, he would have told me I had to come back and get them removed. So I guess no, he did not put any stitches in me. So anyway, he wrapped up my toe. He showed me the ingrown toenail, and it had gotten pretty out of control. When I first saw it, at first glance, it looked like a tooth. It was nasty and gnarly, and I was like, oh my god, is this what I've been putting up with for the past like 10, 15 years? And I thanked him. Like, I was like so happy because it did only take like 15, 20 minutes. And so basically, like, some serious pain of mine has been alleviated, and my life is a little better, actually. My quality of life is definitely improved. And so I thanked him. I'm like, thank you so much for doing that for me. I just kind of was falling all over myself because I was kind of like high on adrenaline because I was so like worked up. And he's like, oh, no problem. Anything to help. That's what I'm here for. If anything else, if you need any other toenails yanked out, just give me a call. Of course, he was being sarcastic. I mean, he wasn't being serious. He was being funny, which it was kind of funny. If you like, oh, if you need any more toenails yanked out, just give us a call. So, yeah, so that is my ingrown toenail removal story. Sorry if it grossed anybody out, but I did warn you. I told you, if you're repulsed by gross stuff, by people talking about like their bodily stuff and like their toenails or surgery or stuff like that, I said if you're squeamish, then stop watching. And you watched. So yeah, yeah, this video was a little TMI, but I mean, what are you gonna do? I definitely just kind of wanted to get rid of any fears that other people might have. Hopefully I can put those fears to rest, since this experience has lent itself well to me talking to my camera. So anyway, that is my partial toenail removal story. Yes, it's the needle going in your toe is painful, but you know what? It's totally worth it. Pretty much ever since this morning, my toe's been wrapped up in this giant bandage, and it's been pretty sore. Like if I take a step, it feels like there's tons of pressure in my toe, and it just hurts. But it'll stop hurting in a few days, and I'll be able to take the bandage off and just put on like a band-aid or something. But I'll show you guys the bandage actually if you want. So hang on. There is the bandage on my toe. And there's my other toes. So, yep. It was no big deal. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope that this was helpful to you if you're about to have this done to one of your toes, or if you have an ingrown toenail and you're considering having it removed surgically, which I do recommend now that I know it's not such a big deal. So, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you kids later.